Hello and welcome to Jesus of Nazareth, GS 2210. My name is Dr. Trevor James, and I'm your professor for this class. And I'm so glad that you are here with me and you decided to click on this link. I'm going to move myself up here a little bit, just so I'm looking at you in the eyeballs. These probably aren't your eyeballs, but they're mine. I'm right ahead of here. Anyway, so I want to make sure that you click on these little announcements. Yeah, right there. Can I do it like that? No. Anyway, those announcements that are right there, to make sure that you click on those. And that's where I would recommend starting each week. You will find that if you click on those, I'm going to enter this full screen. There you go. If you click on those, every week you will find what's going on in the classroom. And you will find that I often will put those up there, probably most often Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. So make sure to click on those and read them because I'm building all that for you so that you don't have to try to hunt and find the information, but it's quickly there, and there it's a great reminder for you. The other place that I want you to make sure that you go is to the modules. And so before we get to the modules, what I do at the beginning of each class, it's just kind of give you the basic content information for you. It'll remind you to hit on the announcements. It'll remind you to download this syllabus. So if you haven't yet, make sure you go over and click on the syllabus, because the syllabus is going to be really important for you as you go through the class. So let's just do that quick. Click on the syllabus, and now I'll move myself down here. The syllabus is very handy to have a downloaded copy. So if you haven't done this yet, make sure that you do this. Download a copy of the syllabus and scroll through here. You'll find the information that's for the required texts and some recommended texts that I put in here as well. You only need to buy the required text, the 3 texts there. And you may already have a Bible, or if you want to use an e-Bible, that's fine. BibleGateway.com is a great resource, and you're welcome to use that. Another thing that you'll see is the attendance policies and the facilitator responsibilities and your responsibilities as students. So make sure you read those. Also, what I want to show you is that all the information that you will see in the modules are right here. So sometimes students will be worried if the module isn't open. All the information that you need is here. All the updated information is here. So the syllabus is your roadmap. Make sure that you're using it throughout the course, okay? Don't feel like you need to, click on all the module links. It's all here. And all I'm doing for the modules is taking from the syllabus that you have here, okay? So let me get out of this and get back into the course itself. And so in this class, you will see that each week is laid out essentially by the way we are viewing the life of Jesus. And so we will start with, obviously, kind of who Jesus is. That's what we're starting with this week. And what you'll see here is you'll see an opportunity to kind of just dive into this person and the history around Jesus. And so you'll see that each week we'll have an opportunity to hand in a worksheet, to do some group work, and then to read and respond to your classmates' work. So make sure you take time to do all 3 of those things every week. A great place to land, again, I've clicked modules, and this is how I'm getting here. Always go through the modules. So this little thing right here, modules right there, okay? So make sure that you click on that module portion, because a lot of times students will go into the assignments and miss everything that I've laid out to make this a smooth and easy weekly transition every time. So if you go down here to the assignments area, you will see this thing called assignments and week information due. In here, you'll see what's due for this week. Again, we just saw this in the syllabus, so this isn't, shouldn't be anything new. And you'll see the readings and then the assignments due for that week. You'll also see exactly where I want it posted and when I want it posted. So worksheet 1 is at the end of the syllabus. You'll see all the questions there. There are 4 questions, and then group questions are also at the end of the syllabus. And then you'll see that I'm looking for um, 4 responses each week. Okay. Now, I'll tell you that I've heard and I've observed kind of a new thing happening in some of the online courses where students kind of do the 4 responses right at Friday, right as soon as the class is over. Remember, what responses are is a way for us to participate in our classes. So, what I want to see on your forums is a give and take. So, if you respond, read and respond to somebody else and have a dialogue. It's supposed to emulate if you were having a conversation in the classroom. So envision that you're doing that. Envision that you are having a conversation. So just don't leave a conversation open. Allow there to be the dialogue. And I really kind of want to see that more on the group forum as well, because here, this is the area where you might dive a little deeper. You might dive into some more personal things. You may see that this is kind of a spiritual journey for you, and that's great. And so we want to be able to allow that to be a little bit done in smaller levels, more intimate, 4 to 5 people levels. So, an example. A question for today, for this week, is what are some ways you've seen Jesus appear in pop culture? Here's a great opportunity for you just to talk about ways that you've seen him, maybe in the movies or on video or streaming, or maybe you've seen in music or pictures. Maybe even in cartoons being represented poorly, or whatever you want to do. This is your opportunity to talk about that and allow yourself to dive into it. Again, with with religion and cultural and politics being difficult to have just a balanced conversation, here we can have a really balanced and open conversation about it. So I want us to be free to do that, and I've put you in groups so that you can have that conversation. So do that. Don't just post your homework, post your response, and be like, I'm done. Try to say, can I have a dialogue? Think about it as if you answer this question, what are some ways you've seen Jesus in pop culture? And you talk to your classmate and they're like, yeah, I've seen them too. But now there's no response because you said, I already did mine and I'm not reading that. I'm not going back to that forum. So make sure that you have a dialogue. That's really what I'm looking for the participation. Yes, the minimum is 4 posts. 2 between each forum is a good way to approach it, the group forum and the general forum. But try to have a dialogue. That's really what's important, and that's why it's important to just not wait until Friday at 11:59 to post these, because then your classmates can't read and respond with you, and you end up not being able to have a good opportunity to do that. So let's keep moving, and I'm sorry I'm moving myself around so much, but I just want to make sure you can read the screen. So to make sure that you know what's due, and I really try to keep this under 10 minutes, simply go through the module. You'll see the due dates, you'll see what's due. And again, if you start with this, you'll know exactly what's due each week. Again, I've also put in, obviously, this weekly video, and I put it into the announcements so that you're ready to go for that. Let's just you're not going to see it like this, but if I click on this announcement, you'll see kind of the announcement that's due for that will be out when you start class. And you'll see that I've gone through the assignments, the group questions, and then specifically labeled what is due. So let's just go over this. So on week 1, you have introductions. You'll you'll read the question and answers. That's due on Wednesday. That's under the worksheet in the syllabus. Let's just, again, I'm going to go through everything real quick for you. I'm clicking through the syllabus. And you can see me doing this so that you know exactly what I'm doing. There's no mystery or magic behind what I'm doing. This is easy to do. So here's the outline of what to do, exactly what I'm covering, again, in the announcements. You scroll through this and you go to the worksheet. My goal was to keep everything centralized for you so you don't have to go flipping through a book and try to find it. It's all right there. And for some reason, I felt the need to grab the book and show you that, so I really must be important. So make sure that you have a hard copy or an e-copy of this out, I would just throw it to your desktop for the next 7 weeks so you have it quick and easy and can get to it. Worksheet questions are right here. There's 4 of them for this week. And next week, then it's this. Now you're wondering where the group questions are. Well, just keep scrolling because I put everything that you need in this syllabus, okay? And then you get into group questions, right? So here are your group questions. Again, you've seen these before. They're actually in the forum this week. And everything that you need, I've tried to put back in the module so it's easy. But when you want a one-stop shop, just go back to the syllabus and you'll be in a good place. Okay, so we're right back here in the announcement for this week. And you can see exactly kind of what to do in worksheet 1. That is what we just went over, those 4 questions, group questions. Those are due on Thursday, and then 4 responses again, like I said, on Friday. My goal is to get you everything done by Friday night so that you can, if you have to go back and read anything you missed on Saturday, you can do that. And then by Sunday, you can start working ahead into the next week. The hope is that you're not behind, and that you have to post on Saturday, but that at least you get one of those days off, that you're not thinking about class, and then you can move into the next class. I'll often open the module on that Saturday so that you have it, but anytime you want to work ahead, feel free to do so. Here are the readings, the assignments, and then again, the note about watching for announcements and that. Now, I want to say one more thing and then I'll be done. I went over my time limit. I'm sorry. It's the syllabus's fault. I'm going to blame the syllabus on this because it's not a Canvas issue. Anyway, if you're still with me, then go to module 2. Okay. Again, this will be open for you on Saturday, but I'm just showing you. Starting week 2, you will post your worksheets both to me, but you'll also post them to your classmates. So again, using my textbook as my visual aid, think about it like this. Think about that you are handing the homework to me, like if we were in a classroom and you were putting it on my desk. That is this assignment link right there. That comes straight to me. Only I can see it. Only I can give you feedback to it. Great. That's important. The second one is to your classmates. Again, this is an opportunity for us to really kind of just share what we're thinking, share what we saw in the textbooks, share that knowledge together so that we can grow together and ask each other some hard questions. For some people, this may be their faith tradition. For others, this may be brand new information. And for those of us who have had faith tradition, this may be something we learned about 20 years ago, and now we're learning about it again. Maybe it's something that was kind of spoon-fed to us, but we never really dove into it. So allow ourselves to dive into this both academically and spiritually in a way that you haven't done maybe with other classes. See what happens if you do that. And so again, you'll see that we walk through the life of Jesus in each one of these modules, starting with his introduction, the birth, obviously the humanity of Jesus, which is really important because we want to know kind of how was Jesus a human being? What kind of perfect human was he? And then his divine side. This is where some people get hung up because this is where we see miracles and we see Jesus's God side of him come out. And then obviously the death of Jesus, his crucifixion, probably the hardest week, a lot of people say. And then finally the resurrection, which is so critical to the Christian faith. And then we get to do the final papers, which I hope you get to write on something important. Think about writing on something that you'd like to write about as we go through these topics each week. Now, I'm way over time, and I apologize for that, but I want to make sure that you feel the most comfortable here on week 1. If for some reason you don't, and you still have questions, you get me a call or email me at tjames@northpark.edu, and I'll get right back to you. But don't forget to ask your classmates and your group mates, and don't forget to click on everything. I try to make sure that the information that you have is there. Finally, don't forget to click on these videos. I try to include a lot of information there that's current, helps you with your questions, and gets you ready to go. And to make sure I'm really over time, let's make sure that you do the PowerPoint and the videos before you and the reading before you answer the questions. I think you'll find that they really help you answer the questions more robustly and allow us to have a deep conversation about this. There you go. Week 1 in the books. Please let me know if you have questions, and I look forward to spending this time in this journey with you into Jesus of Nazareth. Have a good week. Bye-bye.